First slime we got today is August. It's a crunchy texture and unscented. It's 6 ounces for $15.99, and I would say expert level. So the first thing that I'll say about this slime is that it is very pokey. If you're not used to crunch bomb textures, this could be really rattling to the hands, and if you have sensitive hands, I don't really recommend this one. You'll see, in order to get it out of the case, I was squeezing the sides. I've seen MOMO Slimes do this in their videos, so I thought I would try it, and it worked out really well because it made just enough space for me to stick my fingers in there and get the slime out. So first thing I noticed is that it's super crunchy, and it's not sticky at all. It's unscented, but I will say that the glue kind of smells like lime to me, or some kind of citrus. You can't pull it too fast because it'll rip, but just kind of folding it over, squeezing it, you can still get a pretty crispy texture and some really good ASMR. This was my first like real crunch bomb, and I have to say I really liked it. The beads are like little green leaves. I kind of have like anxiety when I'm playing with it because I'm scared that if I crunch it together too hard that it's going to break one of the beads. I don't know if they're glass or if they're like plastic, but I don't know. But yeah, so this is the method that I was using in order to inflate it, just kind of slowly pulling it, folding it over, and pulling it slowly again, and that worked for me. Overall, I'll give this one 4 out of 5. Next up is Susubotari con Petto, which is a snow fizz texture and scented like cotton candy. It's 6 ounces for $18.49, and I would say this is an expert level slime. So if you can't tell right away, this slime is based on Studio Ghibli's Spirited Away, and it's the little soot sprites, and they're hard candies. So the hard candies are called Confetto, and it's basically just like a starburst shaped candy. And I think MOMO Slimes did amazing with this one. It's so cute. The candy pieces are clay, and the slime itself is a black snow fizz. I have to say this is one of my favorite snow fizz slimes. Whenever I was pulling it apart, it immediately started fluffing up and got really crunchy really quickly. It's not super dense, so I really liked that. But one thing I'll say is it did stick to my hands sometimes and kind of leave some of the glue on my hands after playing with it. Of course, you can use slime activator or lotion to try and combat that, but you can see right there, like it got onto my thumb. Every time I play with it, it leaves something behind. So, but I really love the smell of this one, and it's one of my favorites. So definitely recommend this one. If anything, I would say overall like a 4.5 out of 5 because it does stick to your hands a little bit. Next up is Lychee Gummy. This is a jelly textured slime, and it smells just like lychee jelly cups. $15.99 for 6 ounces, and this one I would give a beginner level. So like I said, it smells just like lychee jelly cups. When I was little, I grew up in Japan, and that was one of my favorite snacks as a kid. So this was really nostalgic for me. I also feel like it looks just like the lychee jelly cups. It is kind of hard to stretch in the beginning, but what I'll say is use that technique I was saying where you pull it very slowly, kind of let its own weight help stretch it, and it will soften up and start to stretch and inflate. But this one is super holdable, really soft, jelly-like. You can see here I was starting to get it to stretch. So if you just work with it, it does start to stretch out, and it's really poppy once you get it inflated. And you can see here, I really loosened it up and I did get to stretch it out. I really enjoyed this one. It kind of feels a little bit wet in your hand, so just to be prepared for that. But overall, 5 out of 5 for that one. Next up is Mirror Ball, a sequin balm texture, and it smells like lemon. It's 6 ounces for $15.99, and I would definitely say expert level. First thing with this is it's literally a bunch of disco ball looking sequins inside. I did use the squeezing method to get it out, because all of the little sequins do kind of lay flat and make it hard to get out of the little jar. But I really enjoyed this one, like immediate crunchiness. If you like a crunchy ASMR, this is the one for you. It's really pretty and shiny. I will say incredibly pokey to the hands. So if you have sensitive hands, you don't like that kind of pokiness, then I don't recommend it. But if you don't mind it, it's really, really nice, really crunchy. You can inflate it, but it will rip if you pull too fast. So you have to go really slow. I recommend folding it on itself to get it to inflate. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this one. It did come with a little disco ball. I didn't really do too much with that. But yes, you could see right there, I was folding it on top of itself, stretching and folding, and that's how I inflated this one. And the lemon smell is not too strong, so if you're sensitive to citrus smells, I think you'll be fine with this one. Overall, 5 out of 5 for this. Last but not least, we got Speak Now Water. This is a water slime, and the scent is lychee elderberry tea. This was 6 ounces for $15.99, and I'll say expert level. This was my first ever water slime. I was super excited about it. I didn't know what it would be like, and I am pleasantly surprised. So if I had to describe it, like, yes, it feels wet to the touch, but it's like, it's wet, but you could still hold it and kind of manipulate it. It doesn't leave a residue, like a really intense residue on the hands, which really surprised me. And like you see, like I'm able to pick up the ends and kind of throw it onto itself. I really liked all the water ASMR sounds. It's super jiggly, and I just really, really enjoyed that. My only thing that I didn't like is whenever I did get bubbles, I wasn't able to get them to really make a nice popping sound. It just kind of makes more wet sounds. But if you don't mind that, you know. I will say it didn't really make a mess. I've heard people are scared of water slimes because you're scared it's going to make a mess. This one did not make a mess. I didn't have to clean a whole bunch off of my table. You can see here it's like super, you know, like I can manipulate it. I can pick it up. You know, it's not so watery that it's hard to manage. So I really enjoyed that. It will rip if you stick your finger through it. But overall, I would say this was a 3 out of 5 when it comes to this batch. It's not a bad slime. It's just, I like really crispy, crunchy slimes. So first up, we've got Trick or Treat. It's a foam slime scented like grape juice for $15.99. I really, really liked this slime. It wasn't sticky at all. And it was foam. I really love the ASMR that foam slimes have. And this one was ultra special because of that slime base. So it looks black, but it's actually a deep, deep purple color, and it has sparkles in it. And it was just so pretty. It looks like a starry night. I really enjoyed the smell as well. It has like that nice grape juice smell. It really is very accurate to the smells. MOMO Slimes usually has accurate smells, I feel like. So here you really can see that color I was talking about, where it has that deep purple. Also, as it inflates, you also start to see that purple color come through. I really enjoyed the ASMR I got out of this. With floams, the little balls inside of the floam really help create those air pockets for the perfect crispy, crunchy, poppy slime ASMR. Overall, this was one of my favorite ones from this batch. You can see here the absolute beautiful purple color once it's inflated. And this right here is why I love foam slimes. That crispy, crunchy ASMR. So starting this one out strong, 5 out of 5 overall stars. Next we have Pickled Eyes. This was a crunch bomb that smells like strawberry candy. This one was so trippy because it looked really realistic. You'll see what I mean once we open it up. It came with a little glass jar full of eyeball Fimos. I didn't add them in because it already had little eyeballs in there. It was very difficult to get out of the jar. I'll say that right now. It wasn't my favorite experience trying to get slime out. But once it was out, it was really, really nice. It wasn't sticky at all. It looks extremely realistic. There was no fallout. It did get really poppy and had little crisps. My one complaint that I'll say, Momo, is where are the brown eyes? It had like purple beads in it and it had blue. I was like, where are the brown eyeballs? There was actually a warning on this one to make sure not to put the glass jar inside. So I just put it to the side. It's super cute though. So it did inflate, it did get some air bubbles, but I did kind of feel like the ASMR wasn't as good as I had hoped it would be. So here you can see what I mean. It looks so realistic. Like the slime looks like the little vein at the end of an eyeball. But yeah, so I mean it was crispy, but I don't know if it's because the charms were just so big, it didn't create like as many individual air pockets inside the slime. But still an enjoyable slime, just not as crispy as I would have hoped it would be. So overall, I'll give this one 4 out of 5 stars. Next up is Yall Float 2. This is a DIY clay bingsu slime, and it smells like passion fruit watermelon soda. This one is based off the It movies. For people who haven't seen it, clowns, just clowns. Scary, flipping clowns. So the base of this one is really densely packed jelly slime with bingsu. And then it has a little clay boat. And then it also came with little clown charms. So it wasn't sticky at all, but the only part that was kind of sticky was this drippy blood bit of slime. So you'll kind of see as I'm setting up the slime that it did have a little bit of stickiness to it. The smell was really interesting. I definitely could smell the watermelon, but I couldn't pinpoint passion fruit, but it's definitely an interesting smell. So here you can see just how densely packed the slime was with the bingsu beads, which I loved it because I was kind of scared with the DIY clay aspect of this because I knew it was going to inflate a ton, but I didn't want to lose any of that crispiness. But I think because Momo really packed those bingsu beads in the base, that it kept it nice and crispy. The ending color is almost like a fleshy pink, which is a little creepy, but I think that's the point because it's a Halloween themed slime. My favorite thing about this slime was actually the fact that it really inflated quite a bit. So it had some nice little crispy pops, but once it inflated, it really just made some really good ASMR sounds. If you've made it this far, let me know in the comments. Do you like clowns or do you find them scary? I don't mind clowns. I mean, I obviously don't like scary movie clowns, but I don't mind clowns. But some people have like deathly fears of clowns. Absolutely loved it here. You can see just how inflated it's gotten, and it's nice and squishy. It's absolutely huge. I had to separate them into 2 different containers. It was so big. So overall, 4 out of 5 stars. And if you made it this far, I've got some bonus content here. How I deflate a slime. So because I knew I had 2 containers, I didn't deflate it completely, but I definitely needed to deflate it to a point where it would fit into the 2 containers because I didn't have any spares available at the time. The point of deflating a slime is really it helps with the longevity of the slime, as well as like not having it leak out in the end. So this first one is Kiki's Milk Bun. This is based on the movie Kiki's Delivery Service, and the texture is a DIY clay, and it's scented like milk bun. It was $19.49 for 11 ounces, and this was just so cute. Like the bread looks so realistic. Like look at it. The base was a little bit runny, but I think it's because you're going to mix it with so much of the clay. The clay was super sizzly, really soft. And as you end up mixing everything together, it smells just like bread, which is not always my favorite scent. But this one, it works with it, and it ends up looking like you're kneading dough. I really love the Kiki's Delivery Service movie. It's one of the ones that we watch whenever I'm just trying to relax before we go to bed. But also, I find like it's a really good movie to watch whenever you're starting to lose some inspiration, because that's something that Kiki goes through whenever you watch the movie. And it really just kind of helps make you feel like you're not the only one. And, you know, kind of helps you work through whatever you're going through. This slime is really nice. Once mixed everything together, it becomes 11 ounces of slime, and it's really a lot. You can see here, like I said, it looks like I'm kneading dough. I really liked it. You get a ton of slime for the price, and yeah, that's what we got for this one. Next is Otori-sama. This is from the Spirited Away movie. You can see them in the bathhouse in some of the clips. This is a cloud slime scented like pineapple mango, and it was $15.99. I love Momo's cloud slimes. It's super soft and it fluffs up pretty quick. And the scent on this one is really nice and refreshing. It ended up looking just like the advertised picture, so I was really excited about that, because sometimes, you know, some slime shops make things look nice, but you don't get what you're looking at. But this one I thought was really nice, super soft. I did have a little bit of sticking, so like I didn't have fallout, but it did kind of stick to my desk a little bit. But this is a new desk, and it is wood, so that may be the reason why. It may not be the slime. But you can see right there, it's really consistent. There is a little bit of fallout now that I'm seeing it on my hands, like on my fingertips. But overall, I enjoyed the slime. Some people may find it a bit messy, but like I said, this may just be because I have a new desk. Next up is Goodbye Flowers, and this is from the movie Spirited Away. It's a snow fizz scented like Sakura Flower Garden, and it was $16.99. This one is really cute because there is that moment in the beginning of Spirited Away where Chihiro gets her goodbye flower bouquet from her best friend before she moves, and I love how the label looks like the little note her friend gave her. There was just so many parts of this that I felt like was really cute. The snow fizz, of course, Momo Slimes snow fizzes are more on the wet side. They fluff up, they get really inflated, and they're really soft for a snow fizz, but you still get the sizzle, you still get the crunch. So I really enjoy their snow fizzes. But like I was saying, Goodbye Flowers is from the very beginning of the movie, and there's a point where she says that her flowers are dying, and her mom says, well, you're smothering them, so of course they're dying. But it's actually the note from her best friend that helps her remember her name. No spoilers, but you should definitely watch the movie if you haven't. Spirited Away is, of course, one of the classics from Studio Ghibli. But I definitely recommend this one. It smells divine. Then you got Hot Honey Milk. This is from the movie Ponyo, and the texture is a thick and glossy, scented like honey milk for $15.99. So if you've seen this scene, this is after Ponyo ends up coming in the house with Sosuke and his mom after all the rain and flooding. And so she makes them some hot honey milk, and she makes it look so delicious. I've had hot honey milk. I don't really like it, but she makes it look good. And this slime is definitely really nice. If you like a thick and glossy, so of course, as you play with it, it may not be as holdable. You can add more slime activator, which could help, but it's definitely very crispy and poppy. But y'all, let me know in the comments if you've actually had honey milk and if you liked it. For me, I just don't like warm milk, like the taste of warm milk. So I think that might be my issue. But yeah, I've definitely tried it before, and I tried it again after seeing this movie because they make that ritual of the mom making the milk for them look so good. Last one is Susuwatari Coal, and this is from the movie Spirited Away. Is a jelly lava rock texture, scented like fireside. It has a very smoky smell, and it was $16.49 for the slime itself. So this was my first jelly slime mixed with lava rock, and I really liked it. I feel like it coated the lava rocks really well. I'll say the smell was not my favorite. If you don't mind like a really smoky smell, some people really like that. I understand it goes with the theme because they're supposed to be soot sprites. And yeah, so I understand why it smells like that, but it's like the kind of smoky that almost burns your nostrils, which is a little bit much for me. But yes, I definitely like the slime though. It's coated pretty well, so the lava rocks shouldn't hurt your hands too much. But obviously, if you have sensitive hands, it may not be for you. The soot sprites are adorable. I love how in the movie Spirited Away, they eat the little candies, and they also take Chihiro's belongings and they return it to her when she needs them. So I thought that was really adorable. I kind of imagine that we have our own little sprites hanging around, and when we lose things, they return them whenever, we least expect it. To celebrate Lunar New Year, I went ahead and purchased some slimes from MOMO Slimes, one of my favorites. So let's go ahead and take a look what I got from MOMO Slimes. I got 3 Lunar New Year theme slimes, and then 2 slimes that I've just really wanted for a while now. If you haven't seen before, a MOMO Slimes order comes with a squishy, and then also some slime care instructions. Oops. And it also had some borax. I threw in this activator pen. This didn't actually come with it, but I threw in the activator pen just so that I had something just in case. So everything was bubble wrapped, as you see. We've got Year of the Dragon. We had a red envelope to go with the add-ins for red envelope. And I got Money Tree, Kirby's Mochi, Momo Chew. Not gonna lie, I thought this said Ho Ho Chew. So first we have red envelope. I heard this one smells like money from Sin Slimes. It's not bad. Ooh. It's a very chewy, like a thick and glossy. And the add-ins come in this. It's super cute. Hey! We actually got some coins. I don't want those to get messed up, so. red envelope. Oh, wow. Super, super thick. Really poppy. Look at that. Like, wow, this is really pretty. If you like a super, super thick and glossy, like poppy slime, this one's for you. To me, the scent isn't like off-putting. I've heard for some people it was, like it was too money smelling, but to me it smells fine. Nothing too crazy. Man, this one is just so poppy. Has a good resistance, but you're still able to stretch it out. That's nice. The color is gorgeous. Super poppy, y'all. Bubble! Boop, boop. Overall, solid slime. Definitely love it. I do have like some little bits and bobs like this. That's from when I pop them, but they come right off, you know, whenever you use the slime to get it off. So just a heads up there. That also happens with MOMO Slimes, Watari Completo. That also used to happen, so. But this one is definitely a yes. Next, let's do Money Tree, because it's a bingsu. This is a clear bingsu slime. Just realizing that there's no add-ins. Oh, it looks like the add-in might be already inside. So my big thing with this one, this reminds me of, so whenever the new year comes around, when I was a kid, my mom would tell us that we would have to put coins in our pockets and jump around, you know, to help, you know, support good luck, and that we'll have money in the future, and that this year we won't have to worry about money. So this is definitely a nostalgic thing. That's what it reminded me of. So let me know in the comments if y'all had any traditions when you were a kid, or just little like superstitious things that you would do. Wow, this is really pretty, especially in the light, like the greens. There's green and gold inside of this. It's a clear bingsu. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that's nice. Super crispy and crunchy. Let's see, as it inflates and gets bubbles in it, whether or not it gets sticky. Wow. So far, not sticky at all. It actually feels kind of coated to me. I don't know if it said that it was a coated bingsu, but it feels coated. It's not sticky at all. Super nice. Hopefully this means good luck. Yeah, it's completely inflated now and it's not sticky at all. This has to be a coated clear bingsu. Super nice. Really good pull. The scent. Not sure what the scent is, but it's not super strong. Overall, I really like this one. Even now, not sticky at all. I did not put any activator on my hands before this. I really recommend Money Tree. This was a really, really good bingsu. Year of the Dragon. I had to get this one because this is a jelly with lava rock. So I definitely wanted to try this one out. And it comes with this really pretty charm, dragon charm. So let's see. It smells really yummy. But look at that. There's like gold flecks inside of the jelly. Ooh, I'm really excited for that. Here is the dragon charm up close. Really pretty. Let's put them in the center. Really nice. Super pretty. So I'm Year of the Monkey, which is supposed to be really compatible with Year of the Dragon. So here's to hoping for a good year, y'all. I love the idea of this because the rocks kind of remind me of like the dragon like growling, and the jelly coats the rocks really well. So if you're worried about it being too pokey, this is definitely really nice. It smells so yummy, like some kind of candy, like strawberry candy. I think that's kind of what it kind of smells like, those little strawberry candies that we used to get when I lived in Japan. I guess nowadays people associate them to old people. If y'all know what I'm talking about, they look like little strawberry candies with like the wrapper was like a strawberry with the green on top. Let me know in the comments if y'all know what I'm talking about. This is super nice. Not too pokey. No fallout. Just got glitter everywhere. It's not sticky at all, which is really nice. Momo just always knows what she's doing. Whoops. I love the sound of the rocks. Even once inflated, it's not sticky. And even with it inflated, you still get some good crunch in there. So really, really like that. No, money tree. I hate whenever the inflation starts to drip down because I don't want to ruin the label. Definitely a yes. Not least, let's do Kirby Mochi. I really wanted this one because it looked really realistic, like actual mochi. Whenever you put the powder on it. So let's make it nice and round. Nice and soft and round. And you actually get cute little Kirby's. And you get some powder. And then you're supposed to kind of sprinkle the powder on top so that it looks like an actual little ball of mochi. If you've ever had like mochi ice cream. Look at that. Oh, that looks so good. I'm gonna save this. I didn't use all of it. That's really cute. It's not sparkly. Nope. I think it's just cornstarch. All right. Oh, it feels so soft. Ooh, this is really soft. Oh my goodness. Oh, the smell is also like really, really nice. Almost kind of like a creamy strawberry, like strawberries and cream kind of scent. Oh my goodness. I can't get over the scent. It smells so good. And it's so soft. This is the perfect mix to make a mochi slime, I think. So nice. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna run out of space on my desk. Because this is nice. Oh no. Boop. I bet it inflates a bit too. Yeah, this is definitely mine. This is a favorite. This is going on to my MOMO Slimes favorite shelf. Y'all have asked for, you know, some collection videos. So I definitely think that I'll start to record some of those, like maybe like my OG Slimes collection, like of my personal favorites, as well as maybe like my Peachy BBs one. I can do a Momo one, blue slimes. Look at that. Look at how whipped it got. Y'all, it's so soft. It's like squeezing melted marshmallows. And it's so sizzly. That's so nice. Oh, I really like that.
but still poppy. Look at that. It almost looks like dough. Y'all, this is so nice. This has to be one of my favorites from Momo. I'm so happy I got it. It's like a soft, like, souffle. Look at that. 10 out of 10. I love this one. Absolutely love this one. To wrap it up, let's do Ho Ho Chew. Wait, it's Momo Chew. It just looks like an H, but it's an M. Momo Chew, like MOMO Slimes. So this one I got because it's supposed to be a lychee chew. And I love lychees. And yes, it smells just like the lychee fruit, which is so yummy. Look at that. I think this is the same texture as red envelope. Oh. It's actually harder. Like, it's very, very chewy. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of their lychee gummy, where it was like very hard to pull, but as you worked with it and warmed it up, it ended up getting like really, really nice. Ooh, oh yeah, this reminds me hardcore of lychee gummy, also from MOMO Slimes, which is one of my favorites. But you just have to know, you know, what to expect. It also may just need to deactivate for a little bit because it is very stiff. I could go get my glycerin. It's definitely poppy. Oh yeah, see, as I'm warming it up in my hands and like really working with it, it's getting stretchier. So I know with some glycerin it would have stretched out quite a bit. I think it's just really activated for travel. Look at that. Bubble. Just like red envelope. Just like red envelope, it's really, really poppy. So if you like a really poppy slime, you can see now it's definitely stretching a lot more and a lot easier and faster. So don't be discouraged when you first get a slime if it's not exactly how you envisioned it, because sometimes they have to activate it quite a bit so that whenever it gets to you, it's not deactivated. And depending on how close you are to the shop, it might be overactivated. So now I'm able to pull and stretch it quite a bit. And it's starting to get really, really soft. Look how crispy. Super nice. Super, super nice. Let's try one more time and do a press test. Super poppy. I also love this one, even though it needed to be loved just a little bit, because I'm very partial to lychee scents. It's very nostalgic for me. Okay, so slime summary. Which one was your favorite? Let me know. So my favorite of the three Lunar New Year themed ones would have to be Money Tree, just because, I mean, it was like a coated bingsu, a coated clear bingsu, and it was so good. It was so amazing. Definitely love it. Look at how inflated that got. So definitely love this one. And then of the other two, Kirby's Mochi, oh my goodness, one of my top favorites, I think, from Momo. So highly recommend these two if you guys are looking to purchase from MOMO Slimes. But yes, please let me know in the comments which one was your favorite, and also let me know if you have any Lunar New Year stories or memories that you want to share. I definitely would love to hear them, especially because usually we have a live stream, and I would have loved to do this on live stream to hear in real time y'all's stories. But yes, please put a dragon emoji if you made it this far. Y'all have asked to see how I store my slimes, and this is what I was talking about, where I just ordered, I didn't order it, I just bought this shelf from Walmart, and I just like it because there's enough width where I could like stack multiple in the back. I usually store them by shop. So this is blue slimes, my OG slimes, and then here is my blushing BB, and then we've got peachy BBs, but it goes pretty deep. Like all the way back there is BFF Slime Bakery, Slime Fantasies. Can you tell I love Momo? This entire thing is Momo Slimes. All the way back there, we got Cinnacrew, Snoop Slimes, and even down here we've got more slime. So this isn't all of the slimes, because I do have a bunch of slimes that I put by my desk. But yeah, this is how I store my slimes, since y'all were asking. And just so that we can do a little, share my collection, I figure I could share some of my Momo Slimes collection. We will be going over my Momo Slimes collection today, and I decided to mix it up a little bit and to do a close-up ASMR, since some of these have some really great textures. Yeah, so we'll just go through each of the slimes that I have. Some of them may be a little deactivated, because I mean, I've had these slimes since last summer. In this ASMR, you'll be able to see how slime holds up over time, because that's often a question that I get. Slime is so expensive. Is it even going to last? How do the different textures look over time? So one of the first ones that I wanted to go over today was Mirror Ball. This was one of the first slimes that I ever got from Momo Slimes, because I saw so many people talking about it. It looked so cool. It's a sequin bomb. This is one of those that I had to reactivate, so bear with me. I'll have to put a bunch of activator on my hands. But yeah, look at that. Super pretty.
I love sequin bombs for this exact reason. It's also gorgeous with just enough base. And now you see why I still have it to this day. It still has its lemony scent. I just had to reactivate it. I haven't had to add any extra base to it. But I also make sure not to overplay with this one, because if you overplay with the slime, you will start to lose out on the base. Next, we have August. Really pretty bead bomb. This is a leafy crunch bomb. I haven't had any of the beads break. And that's August. Still a really great one. I also haven't had to add any activator to that. Next is Speak Now Water. And I think this is the only slime that I've ever had issues with like mold or anything like that. But I think because it has a lot of water content in it. And so I did want to share what that looks like. You can see that there's like some mold in it. I have played with it quite a few times. This can happen if you don't like wash your hands before playing with the slime. But also there is just water in this, and I've had this for months. You can see it's still very watery. Okay, and then we have Lychee Gummy. This is another one of my favorites. I love it because it doesn't take a lot to reactivate this. So Lychee Gummy is a lot like the Lychee Chew, where you have to like really play with it slowly to get it stretched. But once you get it going, it's like very poppy and very nice. I love it because it smells just like lychee gummies. And it also feels a lot like a gummy. That's Lychee Gummy. One of my personal favorites because it's very nostalgic for me. And then Susubotari Completo. Love this one. It's a snow fizz. It's supposed to smell like completo. It's one of those wet snow fizzes. Still one of my favorites to this day. This is one of those that I've that's almost died on me multiple times. You can see it's shrunk. This is with it kind of inflated. Usually it's down to about here. But I've played with this one so many times. I probably just need to buy another one at this point. And then we have Goodbye Flowers. This is another Ghibli. Another Snow Fizz. I love the smell of this one. Very beautiful. Reminds you of cherry blossoms. Oh, it smells so good. I love that one so much. Okay, we're getting to some of the newer ones. Here's Totoro Mochi Donut. Did this one, and I think around Christmas, like during Slimemas. It's a very thick kind of sleigh butter slime. Gotta love the nice butter sleigh slimes. Susuotari Coal. It's not one of my favorites. I don't really care for the coal scent. But it is a lava rock. So I knew you guys would like it. You can see that the textures really don't change too much when it comes to like quality slime. Here's Otori-sama, another Ghibli. This one I think is a cloud. So let's see, how does a cloud hold up? If I remember right, clouds and snow-based slimes last the longest without needing any activator. I love Momo's clouds. Poppy too. So yeah, that cloud is still going strong. No activator needed, which is really impressive. We have Kiki's Milk Bun, which I don't care for bread scents, but I love Studio Ghibli, so it's difficult, just like Thickword. I will probably always have Thickword, but that's just because I love SpongeBob and I love that texture. This is a sleigh. not the best when it comes to ASMR, at least close-up ASMR. All right. I also have the pumpkin cream cold brew. You'll notice it's halfway empty. That's because I decided to play with it and mix it with a different slime. Sometimes my impulsive thoughts just take over and I just end up mixing a piece of one slime to another slime because I can't help myself. Next is Hanami Mochi Pop. These have these cute little jellies in them. It's a jelly slime with little jelly cubes in them. Which for me, they didn't really pop or anything, so I didn't know why they were there. Crispy. What happened to this slime is just tragic. Whenever I did the review for this one, afterward, it was super inflated because it's a jelly, and I set it aside and somehow it knocked over. I'm curious if it was because of the weight of the inflation. It knocked over and a bunch of the slime ended up falling out. So that's why it's down to there. The slime ended up falling out and drying out, and I was devastated. All right, so now, we're already caught up, y'all. Now we have Money Tree. I got it during the Lunar New Year collection drop. It's super gorgeous. Oh my gosh. It's just super pretty. In the sun, it's even more pretty. That's Money Tree. Beautiful bingsu. Pretty sure it's a coated bingsu too. Then we have Red Envelope from that same collection. Beautiful red. Insanely poppy. But it does, leave little red bits and bobs of slime on dry parts of your hand, if you have them, which I usually, but definitely no staining. We only have two more. I've got Year of the Dragon. It's a jelly lava. People really liked this one. I'll actually take this one out. Look at how gorgeous. I love this one because it has like gold flecks in it. And I think the jelly with the lava rock was the best mix. Year of the Dragon. Last but not least, we've got Momo Chew, which, tell me, does that look like Ho Ho Chew to you? Because it looks like, it looked like Ho Ho Chew to me when I first got it. I couldn't help but be like, Ho Ho Chew. So this is their chew texture. I've already warmed it up today, so it does stretch pretty good. One of those super poppy slimes. But yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit different. Ever since I did that one Q&A and I heard the ASMR all the way up to the camera, I was like, I have to do it. It sounds so cool. But yeah, so let me know if you guys really liked this video, and I'll share more of my collection in ASMR. So y'all have a good one. Have a great rest of your day, and see you later, y'all.